Pat Coleman back at the D3Hoops.com Classic with Whitman men's basketball head coach Eric Bridgeland. His team split 2 games, lost in a thriller to top-ranked Wisconsin Stevens Point in overtime. First of all, Coach, I said I would ask later in the interview, but I don't think I have to start with it, to be honest with you. First of all, obviously, you guys played a great game. I know we thought we might talk to each other at halftime. You might be leading at halftime, but you led for a good portion of the second half, and then obviously hit a late bucket to send that game into overtime.
You know, I thought we really competed. I'm proud of our guys. I thought it was almost impossible to stop Stevens Point down the stretch. They were just going to the rim at will. We were trying everything in our bag of tricks just to slow them down. I thought 23 Haas, just every look he got was just down, and he didn't have it yesterday against Whitworth, but boy, he just hit every look he had. When we made a mistake, they made us pay, and we had 4 or 5 mistakes, and he drained them all.
Yeah, he scored 40. And with Tillema out with 4 fouls for a good portion of the second half, he really stepped up for them.
No, he really did. You know, and whether it be man or zone, it just we just couldn't seem to get a handle on where he was. And like I said, when we made a mistake, he made us pay.
All right, so in overtime, there's a call that happens right in front of your bench that you don't agree with. You get teed up, and then you get your second tee, and you get tossed. Take us kind of through what went on for you there.
It was a little frustrating because I felt like there were touch fouls being called at the other end, and then we had a design play with our best player that's been going to the rim all night long, and he went up right in front of me and got slapped right across the arms, and there was nothing. And that was a pretty important possession. We were down 2, and he was going to the rim strong, and I didn't think that was worth missing at that point. And then I challenged the call, and then I got teed right away, and I didn't understand either in an overtime game. I have to handle my emotions a little bit better. I get so emotional about our players, and I was just very, very, very disappointed how that game ended.
All right, change gears a little bit. You've been known, especially the first time around in Division III and in the Northwest Conference at Puget Sound for playing a really up-tempo style, and you guys went zone on Stevens Point a whole bunch of the second half.
We thought it was a weakness, and we thought we could change up defenses. Points the number 1 team in the country for a reason, and you can't play one defense the whole time. So we just tried to keep them off balance, and I thought we're not a zone team, but I thought our guys did a great job in taking what we did in the shoot around and employing it a little bit and giving them different looks and maybe frustrated them a little bit, and I thought it worked.
All right, I mean, all things considered, despite those final couple minutes of overtime, you guys played really well here this weekend, looked really good, and you had one of your top players on the bench. What's Eisenhardt's status?
He's out indefinitely right now, and we're hoping to get him back soon. I just give our guys so much credit. I mean, Ben's a 6'10" All-American, leads us in points and rebounds, and the MVP of the conference coming back, and for us to be able to compete without him and keep getting better week to week is very admirable for our group.
How does now you've had a chance to, you guys haven't played a whole bunch of Northwest Conference schedule, obviously, but you've seen a couple of your conference opponents play here. What do you think conference looks like right now, that picture?
I think it's wide open. I mean, I think there's a lot of good teams in our conference. I think any one of the top 4 could play for it, and it's going to have to be game to game. I think it's anyone's race, actually. Lewis and Clark's very good. George Fox has been playing their butts off. Whitworth's always good, and we're in the mix too, I think. So we just got to stay focused and take one game at a time.
All right, so you longtime coach at Division III, went to take an assistant coaching job at Division I, ended up being the interim head coach at Pepperdine for a while, and then you came back to Division III. Why? I mean, we're glad, but why?
Yeah, right. Relationships. At Division I, relationships and the teaching skills in team athletics, life skills training gets looked over. It's about winning and losing, and at this level, it's about teaching kids how to respond to adversity and how to grow as people and players. And I enjoy the relationships so much, and so I want to be involved in the relationship with every player. And at Division I, you just don't have the time to do that. And I just enjoy our guys on and off the floor, and that's worth more than any paycheck that I could ever get.
You guys have developed a great rivalry with Whitworth. You guys pack your gym every time they come to town. They pack their gym a whole lot, and there seems to be some great atmosphere in basketball in the Northwest.
It's really coming, When we got there, we were 1-41 against Whitworth, with the one win being in '98. So now to even call it a rivalry is great stuff. They've always been good, and we're kind of getting up to their level now. But no, it's a great rivalry, and the conference is a great conference. I think it's new to Division III in the last 15 years, and It's getting more of a name as we start to grow in that capacity. But just love it. Night in, night out. It's great basketball, great coaches, and they're all student athletes, you know. It's a great level.
So here at the D3Hoops.com Classic, you've seen one of the best teams in the country, a long-time power program. What does it take for you guys and, well, maybe not for Whitworth, because Whitworth's been fairly close over the last couple of years. What does it take for you guys to get to that level, maybe get over the hump?
I think it's playing teams like this, you know, and not just in the Northwest. I mean, that's why we came here, was to play the best, you know. That was one of the deals with Sport Tour guys, was that, you know what, I wanted to play point. That's why we came here, so we can get exposure and play the best, you know.
We didn't want to let you not play point. There was never a concern on our part there.
No, you know what? Those are the national powers that have always been, you know, and the only way you're ever going to know if you're gaining on them or making progress is if you play and then figure out what they do, you know. So we have to do more of that. We played WashU. We've been playing them. We've been playing Powers, St. Thomas last year, Mary Hardin Baylor. You know, so we're just playing the very best in Division III just to see where we're at. And why else would you play? So we've playing. This is the toughest schedule we've ever had. Without Ben to be 5-4 after a 5-game win streak at this point. Very proud of our guys.
So it's Eric Bridgeland, the head coach of Whitman. His team split 2 games here at the D3Hoops.com Classic.